Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 4 of the Fulham Career Mode series here on FIFA 18. There have been some massive deals go through so far in this window, the biggest being Harry Kane to Real Madrid. Lorenzo Insigne has moved to Arsenal for almost £80 million, and £42.5 million is what Juventus have paid for Roberto Firmino from Liverpool. A lot of big deals going through this window. We've done minimal business with regards to fees, but we have signed a number of new players. One of which got injured for 7 months yesterday. Great. Leao up top, up striker, is now filling in for the injured Cutrone. We also have Camara injured as well. I'll probably throw him into the starting lineup ahead of Leao when he's fit again. I'm not sure who to start up top, to be completely honest, at this stage. I want to see what Leao's like, but the next game is Manchester United, so I may actually go for Rui Fonte and a more physical approach. Fonte apparently is supposedly quite good, but I've not used him. He doesn't look like he's going to suit my style of play stat-wise, but I thought that about Charlie Austin at Saints, and we scored a hell of a lot of goals with Charlie Austin at Southampton, so we'll wait and see what happens. Outside of that, obviously Lamar Chandra's in. We signed Joe Bryan in the last episode, a new left-back. It's the second highest rated defender we've got in the entire squad. We obviously bought Leao in too. We brought the goalkeeper in, Rossi, who made a rather large mistake in his first game, but I'm hoping he'll be better from now on. Varnier at centre-back, as well as another player we brought in. We've also brought in, as we mentioned, Cutrone too, and I'm looking to bring in one more. Now, I don't have enough money to sign the young midfielder Jedson Fernandez permanently from Benfica, which is what we tried to do in the last episode. But once a week has passed, I will try and get him on loan if I can to bulk out the midfield numbers, because I am intrigued to buy him permanently, but I might like to get him on a short-term loan until January, when we might be able to actually go out and try and buy him permanently if we've got the funds. If not, then obviously we shall buy him next year. We'll wait and see. I'm going to have to wait a little while until I can rebid for him, but I should now be able to do that as we've advanced about a week. We have Manchester United today, followed by Crystal Palace, and I'll probably end the transfer window today as well, seeing as I can't really do much in it, to be completely honest, personally, now, can I, with my funds being that low. So we shall try... it still won't let me. Okay, well, we shall go and play Manchester United, and then maybe it will let me bid for Jedson Fernandez on loan. Not sure what to expect from this one. Although saying that, probably a defeat. United won 2-1 on their opening day. Arsenal lost, evidently, by a goal to nil. But a couple of teams have played 2 games. We've still just played the one, and we're currently 13th. But where we will be after United and Palace, I have no idea. Going to be threatened by relegation all season, I would presume. But we were so at Southampton in Season 1, and it was one of the most entertaining seasons of football I've ever put out on the channel. So hopefully this Fulham year will live up to that as well. We'll have to wait and see. They can play in their red kit. I don't see any problem in that. There's my starting lineup. Rossi in goal again. Please don't make any mistakes. Lee Grant starting in goal for Man United. Valencia, Smalling, Lindelof and Darmian, with Herrera and Matic holding. Why is Lee Grant in goal? Hamuma, Lingard and Rashford. And then up top, Mario Mandzukic. I'll be honest, didn't expect that. David De Gea on the pitch. Why are you starting Lee Grant in goal, Man United? I don't understand that at all. The rest of the side looks strong, though. Herrera back to Hamuma. Inside there to Mandzukic. Hamuma. Trying to outmuscle him. Couldn't get there with a tackle. Rashford offside, thankfully, even though his header was nowhere near the goal. Man United starting off the front foot, though. It is a strong team they're playing, but you would say that Lukaku is better than Mandzukic, and obviously De Gea is better than Lee Grant. But if that's what Jose wants to go for, then that's what Jose wants to go for. We might test him here. He's well held. Decent effort from Cabano, though. Here's Ander Herrera. Oh, nice change of direction there. Completely sold me. Jesse Lingard pushing forward. A player that we did have on our shortlist earlier on. A player I might be interested in signing in Season 2 here at Fulham. Matic across. Brian steps in to take it away. Goes Seri first, then to Brian Sessegnon. Back through there to Seri. Rui Fonte's on the run. Play him in, up against Lindelöf. Oh! Don't. Just don't. Get up. I can't be having two of my highest rated strikers get injured in back-to-back episodes. He's still not up, Rui Fonte. He's getting to his feet now. Oh, if he's out for a prolonged period of time as well, I will be fuming. Out to Brian. And quickly looking for Ryan Sessegnon. That's not worked. Playing these quick passes, trying to squeeze them through gaps, just isn't working at the minute. Evidently, I don't have the quality of player to be able to make those intricate passes. Not yet, at least. But maybe with some training or some further additions in latter seasons or just some growth from the current squad, they will be able to start playing the style of football I want them to. And that would have been an embarrassing goal to concede. Free kick for Man United. 10 minutes into the second half, Rashford lofts it forward. Mandzukic just chests it down and Herrera finds man in the middle. Oh, no! Good save, Rossi. Second follow-up save was decent. I thought he just palmed it straight. Well, to be fair, he did palm it straight back into the danger zone, but thankfully we were able to deal with it, and that's a poor pass from Jesse Lingard. And Jean-Michel Seri could set up a counter-attack here. Ryan Sessegnon finds the Frenchman again. Turn inside to Rui Fonte, who's dropped deep to get involved in the attack. Not sure whether actually he was involved defensively in the previous free kick, but Tom Kenny hopefully will hold off the man that's with him and finds Rui Fonte. He will bend it from distance, and Lee Grant makes a comfortable enough save. On the hour mark, chances at both ends, both keepers called upon, but so far, both keepers able to keep a clean sheet, although Hamuma's going to try and do something about that here for Manchester United. And Herrera turns straight back there into Jean-Michel Seri and we'll get the ball back again. We're working hard for this point at the minute. And if we do end up getting a 0-0 draw, it will be exactly what we've earned because we're battling hard here and deserve a point from the performances on show. Oh, Rui Fonte could be in. And if Valencia comes across, we could be in for 3 maybe. No, good save by Grant. Cabano whips it back in and the keeper dives down well. That was the chance to sneak a goal and maybe win the game. On moments like that, games are won or lost. On moments like that, relegation, survival. Oh, he's done it anyway! From the left-hand side, Ryan Sessegnon hitting the angle of bar and post, and we are now in front here at home at Craven Cottage against Manchester United. May have wasted the first effort, the second one though taken superbly. As I was saying, on such moments, survival and or relegation is decided. And that goal on his right foot, Sessegnon, it wasn't anywhere near the corner. Off the underside of the bar, off the post and into the back of the net. Fulham 1, Man United 0. Now would De Gea have saved that? That's the question. Let's kick that straight against Seri there, Jesse Lingard. That's a mistake that may prove costly. I don't know where to go with this. Oh, what a dribble from Chris Smalling. Hamuma's in behind. It's 3v3 and a fourth is arriving. Hamuma lays it across and Lindelöf. Where's that finish come from? From Lindelöf, the centre-back. With a deadly strike from the edge of the box, right in the top bins. Of all the players to hit a ball like that, first time while sprinting towards it from the edge of the box into the top corner, you would not have said Lindelöf. But what a goal. 1-1. United do deserve a point, but conceding so late is particularly disappointing. Brian to Norwood, rolls well. Forward to Rui Fonte. He's not really had much to do in this game. He's had that one finesse effort that was comfortably saved by Grant. I'm going to try and turn on this. Lay it back to a teammate and Seri bursts past the man. Oh, Jean-Michel Seri very nearly wins it for us with the last kick of the game. It was his last kick of the game for sure, because he's been substituted off now. And Johansson has come on. 3 minutes added on at the end of the game. It does look like it's going to be a 1-1 draw here against Manchester United, unless they have something else to say between now and the end, and they may very well do. But thankfully, Dennis Odoi, who's just off the bench to replace Brian, has filled in there and made an interception. But here they come again. And Ander Herrera wide, and that definitely was the final kick of the game. 2 draws in our opening 2 Premier League games. I'm pleased with that. I have to be pleased with that. we matched Manchester United there. They weren't at full strength, but it was still pretty decent 11 fielded by Manchester United. No Lukaku, no De Gea, but still very strong. I have to be pleased with that point. Up next for us is Crystal Palace, but can I now go and sign the young Jedson Fernandez on loan? We'll have another quick train, of course, training Rossi, the goalkeeper, and Ryan Sessegnon quite considerably for the majority of this season, I would have thought. Might be a little bit quicker for Rossi to go up a few ratings than it is Ryan Sessegnon, because I want to train him as an all-round player rather than just a winger. But let's have a look now and see if we can reapproach Jedson Fernandez. It should let me do so now, and indeed it does. We'll try and get him on loan if we can. Please, can has on loan. Okay, thank you. 1 year, 2 years, short term. I'll say 1 year. I would go short term, but I'm not going to be able to raise the funds later on in this year to then perhaps buy him in January. But we'll have him on a year's loan. If I had him on 2 and he grows too much, he might be out my price range. I mean, if I can get away with paying less of his wages, that'd be great. They want me to pay 60%. Yeah, fine. Okay. That's not a problem. He's only on $3,000 or something max anyway. So we have a new signing. Now what can I raise wage budget wise? I could maybe approach someone else on loan. I could maybe try and get someone else on loan. Let's see. Jedson Fernandez should now be in the squad. Do I need to advance for that to go through? Did I just not read what he said at the bottom? And he's rejected. Right. Well, not getting Jedson Fernandez on loan then. Why would you turn that down? Interesting. Well, do I try and get someone else on loan then? Trippier's now gone to Atletico Madrid. It's frustrating. I want to try and sign him next season. Who can I get someone else on loan then? Pavon's just moved to Gangon, which is frustrating. I could maybe try and loan Moussa Dembele. Can I loan Moussa Dembele? Okay. No, I cannot loan Moussa Dembele. I don't know if there's no, I can't afford his wages. I don't know if there's anyone else I'd really want to get in on loan, to be honest. I could maybe do Pavard. Can play at CDM. I would be perhaps interested in signing him at a later date as well. He's not that good though. I say he's not that good. He's better than the majority of what we've already got. You know what? Let's save it. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how we do until January. Then we can always do a short-term loan in January, can't we? Rather than just spend everything now. We've only got minimal funds available to us. But we might be able to get something that we genuinely need in January rather than just speculating on what we need now. We'll have a better picture in our minds of what we need come January. Transfer offer for Kevin McDonald that I should be turning down. Sorry, Leeds. He's going nowhere. I need the depth. A few players away on international duty, but of course we will get the week off for international duty. There's the first round of the Carabao Cup. I was wondering when that was going to come, but it's not until September. So, Manchester United again. Yay. Right, Crystal Palace away in game number 2 of the day. Hennessy in goal for Crystal Palace. 4 at the back, Kelly, Sacco, Tompkins and Van Arnholt. There's for 4 in midfield as well, with Townsend, Riedewald, Milivojevic and a Campos wide left, with Benteke and Salomon Rondon, formerly of West Bromwich Albion, up top. 4-4-2 for them. Very traditionally English. Let's see if we can get a victory. First of the league season. I'd like at the very least to stay undefeated in the Premier League season thus far. I have to be honest, I'm surprised that we are undefeated at this stage, even just 2 games in, but I'll take it. See if we can keep that run going. Out to Townsend. To Rondon again. Nice tackle by Oliver Norwood. Forward there to Rafael Leao. Wide to Cabano. Heavy touch. We'll get it under control eventually. And Chrissy will look for Cabano again. Leao is there. Oh, that's a nice turn from the youngster. And he's in. Rafael Leao in his debut pulls the shot wide. He's got like 65 finishing, I think, Rafael Leao. 65. We are training it, of course, but we're still very early doors in the season. And he's just not quite gotten it right. But good footwork to work the opportunity in the first place, which means if he continues to make chances, he will eventually put one away. So far, it's one shot, one miss, rather than one shot, one goal, but gives me confidence that I can work with him in future. Free kick for Palace, Andros Townsend to deliver, and he does deliver well too. And Campos with a header, and it's 1-0 Crystal Palace. Well, that was straight out the training ground, wasn't it? Looped in from the free kick from deep, Campos wins the header, and just as the ball was looped in, the shot loops over the keeper as well. Really, really good header. Keeper's going to stand no chance there. It did go a lot higher and then dipped as it went over the line. As you can see, it actually ended up crossing the line only about halfway up the goal and hit the net in the bottom of it. But a good goal. Crystal Palace lead 1-0 here. We might be on our way, surprisingly having already played Manchester United, towards our first defeat of the Premier League season. One done with a heavy touch, but he will get it out here to Townsend. Brian intercepts, plays over the top from Ryan Sessegnon to run onto. Please get there ahead of Saka, and he has done. Ryan Sessegnon racing away here to get the ball into the box, blocked by Saka. It'll be a corner though. What can we do from the set piece? They're making a change. Kearney to deliver. Delivers well, but the keeper has also come for it well. James MacArthur is on. Zara Riedewald for them in the centre of their midfield. I might make some changes soon, but we've not been completely out of it, so it's not necessary at this stage, although some fresh legs might help in a moment. It's a lovely ball over the top. I'm going to try and nod that back to the keeper if we can, and we've done that well. Norwood, Seri, out to Brian. In there to Rafael Leao, backing in well. Okay, first touch, through the gap. Tom Kearney in behind. Tom Kearney for an equaliser. Hennessy with the save. Cabano delivers the ball in, and Hennessy will come to punch. Christie into the middle, Oliver Norwood. There's Seri, bit of space, gets the shot off, smacks James Tompkins in the chest, and out for a corner. Brian, into Le Marchand. Seri makes the run. I think he's offside there, Aite. He's put it in the back of the net, but he was offside. As soon as I hit pass and you keep the ball, I was like, I made the wrong decision there. It's a good finish. First thing he's done since coming off the bench is put the ball in the back of the net there, Aite. I think he might be best used as an impact sub because of the extra pace, but unfortunately he had minimal impact there because he was offside. Here's the Campos, their goal scorer. Christie drawn across, good tackle. Tom Kearney will look to come forward, play it short there. I want to roll the defender, which we've done well, and Piazza will look to play an Aite in behind, and he's done well to get away from Tompkins. I have to avoid a physical battle though, because I will lose it. Christie into Oliver Norwood, Seri's there. Seri's still going. Kenny looks through and Jean-Michel Seri. There's the equaliser. Good quality goal as well. Tom Kearney and Jean-Michel Seri link up again for a goal. The two central midfielders driving forward, and I'm getting more goals from my centre mids than I am my strikers at the minute. But they are higher rated and much more effective. Good football. Really pleased with that. 1-1. Looks like we might be getting 3 draws from our opening 3 Premier League games. Although there's still time for that to change. Good from Brian. If I can draw that number 34 towards me, we can send Ryan Sessegnon in behind. I get to that first. He has done. Loft it over the top. Aite loft that over the keeper. Will it find its way across the line? It will! It might not be 3 draws in a row. We might have just won the game at Selhurst Park. In the 88th minute, Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 1. The unbeaten run might well continue. Great chest down by Ryan Sessegnon. Lofts it over the top to Aite. I tried to then loft it over Hennessy. And actually, even though it didn't loft properly, by doing that and not hitting it low, it may still, that may still be the only reason it beat him. Because if I'd have tried just a normal shot, it might have hit his legs and stayed low. By trying to loft it, he actually just kept it level at the height it was at, which meant it went through the gap between arm and leg. And we find ourselves 2-1 up now with just 2 minutes to go. We might be about to hit 5 points in our first 3 Premier League games. Unexpectedly good start to the Premier League season so far for us here at Fulham. I don't expect it to last the entire season, but we will make the most of it whilst it does continue. Piazza turn his side. I'm actually just going to try and keep possession at this stage. I don't want to be giving the ball away, he says, as he nearly gives the ball away. I want to just make sure we get the 3 points. Aite to Johansson. Literally, I'm just making sure I keep the ball now. There we go! As the whistle has 3 points in the Premier League for the very first time for Fulham. Away from home against Crystal Palace, we have ourselves a win. Whew. Get in. Right, it's transfer deadline day. I don't have the money to do anything and I'm not looking to sell anyone, but we will keep a keen eye on this latest deals tab and see what happens. Nacho Monreal, as you can see there, has left Arsenal this window. An offer for Cabano from Aston Villa that I shall be rejecting. Players like Cabano I will consider selling next year. I'm just hoping to raise a little bit bigger a budget, to be completely honest. We'll keep an eye on the top deals tab as well in case something massive goes through. Max has joined the Premier League by coming to Watford, a player we're familiar with from the Leverkusen series over in Germany. Another offer here, this time for Tim Ream, another player that I would be willing to go next year, but for the time being, I'm going to need him at the club. He's on a lot wage-wise, £49,000. That is surprisingly large for a club the size of Fulham, having just come up from the Championship. Any other massive deals? Nothing yet. £130 million spent so far on transfer deadline day, up to now to 134. Interest shown in Cavallero, but he shouldn't move because he's only just moved to Wolves, and if I'm not allowed to approach him, then surely no other club should be allowed to approach him. Still no massive deals going through. £200+ million spent so far though. Still just a little bit more. Waiting to see what happens if there's any well, that might be a massive one. Tim Ream, another offer from Aston Villa this time that we shall be turning down again. It just jumped from 200 to near 300 million. Let's see what that was for. Marco Asensio joins Manchester City for £74.2 million. That's what that was for. Wow. I'm not sure if we'll find any other huge deals, although it's just jumped up by another 50 or so million. But obviously it's not going to be enough to feature in the top 3 deals so far. And with an hour left, we will now check and see who's done what in the Premier League. So Arsenal, £87.1 million spent. The big chunk of that on Insigne. It was about 79.6 on Insigne. We just signed Belen Diaga as well. Monreal leaving, as well as Danny Welbeck. Jacobs and Powlin at Bournemouth, with Junior Stanislas leaving. Carmona and Bamba, presumably Sol Bamba from Cardiff, in at Brighton. Izquierdo, Bissouma and Bernardo going out. Cardiff, we missed Burnley. Nastasic in for 20 million, centre-back. And Ward leaving for 4. Martinovic and Wanderson in at Cardiff. Sol Bamba, maybe Sol Bamba was from Leeds, actually, thinking about it. I think he used to play for Cardiff, though. £40.6 million spent by Chelsea to sign Florenzi at right back and Schmelzer at left back, with Marco van Ginkel going out on loan. Campos is a new signing at Crystal Palace, so he may well have joined from Marseille. Rondon and Frankowski also in. Wilfried Zaha out on loan. Luke Shaw, presumably, and Roberto, I guess Sergi Roberto in Everton, with Seamus Coleman and Leighton Baines going out. So a left back and a right back in, and a left back and a right back out. At Goodison, we've obviously spent 19.5 million and sold no one. A good window for us, not quality but good depth. Blas and Montes in at Huddersfield, with Diakabi going out on loan. Daly and Bora in, with Okazaki and Ben Chilwell going out at Leicester. Liverpool have signed no one, but sold Markovic, Klein and Firmino. Firmino, of course, leaving to go to Juventus for 40-something. 42, was it? Something? 42 and a half, I think. City have signed Eden. No, can't be Eden Hazard, because we've already looked at Chelsea. Must be Torgan Hazard, Leighton Baines, and obviously Marco Asensio, as well, as we saw, for £70 million. Mandzukic, did he sell anyone? No. Mandzukic, Hamuma and Henriks in at Man United, with Pereira, Shaw, Burnley and Lindelof going out. So Lindelof was still there long enough to score against me, but then left after that game. Elvedi, Kekeo Fonfone and Morales in at Newcastle. Vasquez and Aurier in at Southampton, as we saw when we played them. Lucas Vasquez and Aurier in their starting lineup. Sofiane Boufal, James Ward-Prowse and Cedric out at Saints. Coco and Gaia, Jose Gaia in at Tottenham, with Vertonghen, Davies, Kane, Aurier and Trippier all leaving. Huge sales at Tottenham, and they haven't notably replaced Harry Kane either. They may have to wait till, well, they're going to have to wait till January to do that. Ferreira, Ward-Prowse and Max in at Watford, with Pereira, Holebas, Navarro and Messina leaving. West Ham has signed Aranguiz from Leverkusen, letting no one go. Butko, Gunter and Sørensen in at Wolves, with Cavallero going out on loan, which is annoying because I would have loaned him had it let me, but never mind. Such is the way with FIFA. I can't do stuff, but the CPU can. And that ends the transfer window. We've had an offer in for Aite of 2.4 million outside of the window from Birmingham, but I shall be rejecting that. We'll have a quick look and see what other top deals have gone through in the transfer window. So, sorting by fee, Kane, Insigne, and essentially the top three as we saw. Pizzi has gone for £47 million to AC Milan. It was 42.5 for Firmino. It was Torgan Hazard to Manchester City. Edin Dzeko has gone to Dortmund for 33.4. Leverkusen has sold so many players. Henriks, Aranguiz, Jonathan Tah. Paris Saint-Germain is where he's gone. 32.3. Vasquez we saw. Florenzi was 29.3 million. They sold Julian Brandt as well at Leverkusen. Napoli getting in for 29.2 million. Sergi Roberto, it was Sergi. They signed Eric Dyer though from Tottenham, Leverkusen, and Sebastian Giovinco. So at least they're replacing players and using that money well. Mandzukic to United was 26.5. Vertonghen has gone to Bayern Munich. Nathaniel Klein went to Bayern Munich as well. Victor Ruiz to Mönchengladbach for 22.5. We saw the Aranguiz deal. Alan to Schalke for 22 million. Stasic we saw. Ben Davies to Juventus for 19.8. Hugo Mayo to Napoli for 18.3 million. Oscar De Marcos changing teams in Spain. Juan Bernat was £17.8 million for West Ham. Bernard to Moscow, for Spartak Moscow that is, for 17.6. 17.5 was Gaia. Cedric went to Galatasaray. Lucas Piszczek to Inter. Mario Gaspar to Marseille. Trippier, as we saw, went to Atleti. James Ward-Prowse to Watford. Ibrahima Traore to Lyon. Alex Iwobi to Tigres. Didn't see that one coming. Derrida to Sporting, Kalu to Ajax, Pavon to Gangon. It's frustrating because I was interested in him, but considering he's gone this early, we might be able to sign him next season. Seamus Coleman to AC Milan for 13.5 million. Nuri Shahid to Fiorentina for 13.5. Aquino to CSKA Moscow. Fabian Johnson to Celta Vigo. Another Pavon, or Pabon this time, to Palmeiras. Leighton Baines went to City. Campos was from Marseille to Crystal Palace for £12 million. As suspected, Salman Rondon was 11.3 to Palace, and Schmelzer was 11.3 as well to Chelsea. Well, that is the transfer window, and the league table sees us in 7th. An unsurprisingly good start to the Premier League season so far. I don't expect it to last, but if we can somehow finish in the top half and have a comfortable-ish season, I think we could say it's been a success for season 1 at Fulham. Tomorrow will be Newcastle and Tottenham, and then we'll have the traditional post-transfer window squad report. There has been some growth in the squad already, most notably from Ryan Sessegnon and from Jean-Michel Seri as well. Rossi has grown, although that is training related. Please don't get any sort of... actually, I'll accept that. Please don't get any sort of injuries on international duty, lads. That would absolutely kill me off. I'd really rather you didn't. I shall train on the way forwards towards those next 2 games, but that will bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content, and maybe by the time we get to doing that squad report, Ryan Sessegnon may have grown even further with that training. But for now, that's all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.